Hi, I'm Tony Zaremski. I've lived in Ann Arbor for more than a decade. Right now, I'm with the Home Energy Advisors, and what we're working on is looking at how to lower my energy bills, how to make my home more comfortable, and how to help Ann Arbor go climate neutral. You can reduce your carbon footprint and your utility bills, and these guys are going to help us do just that.
Our primary service is a home energy assessment. We usually start with a quick tour, basically spend the next 2 to 3 hours collecting data. We will take note of the siding material of the home, and then we'll check some of the mechanicals, right? We have a gas meter here, it falls under category of health and safety. This is a combustible gas detector, so it's sniffing for methane, just to make sure there's no leaks. This is a combustion analyzer. This will take in exhaust air from combusting appliances. The homeowner here has a tankless gas water heater. Use our tool, it analyzes the air, essentially telling us, is the appliance operating efficiently? Any gas appliances running inside, make sure that it's operating safely, right? Because gas appliances emit some amount of carbon monoxide. It can potentially not exhaust properly to the outside. We'll take overall dimensions of the home, length and width, make sure the attic is ventilated properly. These are all data inputs for the software we use to get a quantitative sense of what the home uses and what upgrades are highest priority. That's pretty much what we do outside, and then we take the show inside to collect more data.
The main 3 entry and exit points of air, outside air in the home, is through basement rim joist cavities, uninsulated wall cavities, and the big guy, the attic.
The only reason we don't have a mask on is because we don't have insulation in. Normally you'd always want to wear a mask, and ideally some protective eyewear in an attic as well. Your home changes over time. When it was built to the building code then, which is the lowest level of construction quality that is required. In older construction, you'll see completely uninsulated, completely unair sealed areas where you're just hemorrhaging money that pulls in outside air and pulls in dust particles and insulation that you don't want to breathe. And obviously it's not good for the climate.
So a lot of people know about insulation, but not too many people know about air sealing. And in some cases it can be equally important or more important. We're going to look at kind of a combination of air sealing and insulation as it applies to this part of the envelope.
So what we have over here is called a top plate. And to give you an idea, wherever you see a wall in the lower area of the house, at the top of that wall, you're going to have one of these. And with the insulation removed, we can see on this side of the truss beam is what we call air sealing. So what that does for you, if you were to throw insulation over that, it will still, at a very minimal, but it'll still give air the opportunity to seep into the house through these top plates. So you want to get that sealed off, and that way it's completely closed. At that point, you'll throw some insulation over there, and this gives the house the opportunity to maximize comfort. Air sealing and insulation working together in the attic.
The rim joist is a critical part of the building's thermal envelope. While it's generally accessible, a lot of homes have no insulation in there whatsoever. This home has had a pretty good treatment done. So on this side, right, you can see kind of a mix of warm air leaving and cold air coming in. Again, that's warm air that you've paid to heat. And then just the next one over has been treated, and right, the whole surface is significantly warmer.
More than half of the average home's energy usage is heating and cooling. I have a furnace, it's 80% efficient, which means methane gas comes in your home. This thing burns that gas, and then 80% of it heats your home, and the other 20% just goes into the air as pollution and wasted energy, which obviously contributes to bills. It also makes me less comfortable because this is single stage, which means it's on, big blast of heat, and then it's off. We'll be replacing this with a heat pump. We're doing a heat pump because they're comfier, they are a lot better for the environment, and also right now they're even better for our wallet. We're planning ahead, so would it make sense to get a heat pump if you just got a new HVAC system a month ago? But in our case, this is from 1998, it's going to die any time now, and we can get more than $4,000 from the city of Ann Arbor as well as money from DTE. And one thing I'm really excited about too is heat pumps are more than 100% efficient because instead of burning something, they're just moving temperature from one place to another. So that means it's great for the environment, it's great for our comfort, and it should help a bit on bills too.
We have a heat pump clothes dryer here, all electric, right? You can see the higher voltage supply. And this unit, right, heat pumps, we can think about stealing free heat from the air and moving it somewhere where you want it. Concentrates that heat, puts it in the clothes, dries the clothes, uses much less energy.
When we were in my attic, we saw the massive holes and all the small holes where the air that we paid to heat or cool leaves. Assuming you don't take all the insulation out of your attic and you aren't there with an expert, what can you do? Well, you get an expert to come in and they're going to do a blower door test that shows you how much air that you've paid to keep in your house is leaving.
The idea of this tool here is that once we get this fan running, it's going to bring all of the airflow in the house to this point right here. One of the tools that we use in conjunction with this is a thermal imaging camera. What we can do is really cool while the blower door is running. We're able to just look around at different cracks and crevices in the house and actually visually see the air coming into the house that you wouldn't be able to see with the naked eye. This manometer here gives us the reading with the test going. It gives it a score, which allows us to know that it's a leaky house, it's a snug house, or it's a pretty much on par healthy house.
The other cool thing about this is when you came to my house, I got a report then and it showed me what makes sense to do and where those issues are. So instead of just saying, oh, my house is leaky, it's, oh, here's a hole.
The idea is that if there's one specific area of the house that's kind of a gaping hole, we want to give you the opportunity to address that one specific area rather than hiring a contractor company to do a job on a whole house that's not really the issue.
This is our thermostat. It's a focus area for us. We ask people like what set points they use. We sometimes check the actual schedule that might be running automatically. This is a great place to double check that you're essentially using only what you need when you need it. There are thermostat upgrades that are possible. Most thermostats nowadays are programmable, with a daily schedule. This homeowner, Tony, also has a low-level carbon monoxide monitor. It'll kind of kick on sooner than a standard unit. We want to kind of eliminate all these super quick, easy, energy-saving fixes before we talk about some more permanent improvements to the home and the structure.
So at the end of an audit, you get to sit down with the auditor and they're going to walk you through what they found.
We do provide everything in writing, so we give you 2 reports. So one of the key points that we focus on is having a plan, right? So this is one of our reports is called the Path to Zero for full decarbonization, right? That's taking care of any efficiency improvements that are needed and then electrifying everything. And then renewable energy, right? Your home might be a good candidate for rooftop solar. So you could think about our program as just helping you connect all the dots.
If it's January and my heat dies, if I weren't aware of this program, if I weren't aware of all these rebates, it'd be easy to say, well, my furnace is out. Let's throw in the next furnace. And it's oversized and we're uncomfortable and paying more than we need to for energy. We're doing that for decades. This gives that opportunity to say, well, I know we're going to need this at some point in the future. And then we were able to take advantage of funding from Ann Arbor and funding from DTE to make it even more affordable. And it works a lot better than the last one we had too.
One of my favorite parts about the program is that it's an ongoing service. So, like Swin said, a lot of recommendations we made give you our months down the line, but you still have the opportunity to reach back out to us months down the line and get the same guidance that we would have gave you the day of the assessment.
It allows you to get the exact roadmap. They're selling you nothing. There is nothing they can sell you. They're just giving you advice that's paid for by all of our tax dollars and by the climate village, and that allows you to get the information you need to make an educated decision that's right for you.
If you live within the city of Ann Arbor, you have access to our service.
Thanks for coming out.
Of course, our pleasure.
And go ahead and scan the QR code, visit our website, A2ZERO.org, book your on-site assessment or virtual assessment today.